My husband, Bobby, is the cheapest, most selfish person I have ever met. I worked 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, taking care of his businesses for 2 years, no salary. Now that we are living separately, he wants me to sign a legal document that quits my claim to any of his investment property. I'm not willing to do that.
I don't feel that someone that I've been married to for 3 years deserves to have half of what I've worked all my life for.
We never had a prenup. We met on the internet. We had a whirlwind courtship. 4 weeks later, we were married. I totally trusted Bobby. I sold my home in Canada, moved to Idaho, and I thought we would be together forever.
Darlene and I do love each other, but she has no right to my stuff.
He traveled constantly. I was running his business and working at my own business many hours a week. I was paying for half of all the bills. He wanted me to pay for 3/4 of the bills because he said my children and I equal 3 people.
She likes to cry that she's destitute, but she's not. She has a good business. She makes a lot of money.
We opened a checking account together. I was depositing all of my income and he was not contributing. And when I confronted him about it, he said I was mooching off of him. I was living rent-free. I was starting to ask myself, if I stay married to this man and I get some terrible illness, what's he going to do if I can't pay for my half of the mortgage? I left him.
Once I was served the divorce papers, I thought that, man, I wish I had a prenup.
He wants to reconcile, he says, but I don't trust his motives at all.
If Darlene won't file a quitclaim and give me total control of my assets, then that's a deal breaker.
If Bobby says to me, my way or the highway at this point, I'm taking the highway.
So you guys clearly aren't getting along. Have you missed her?
Sure. One thing you don't know is that we talked every day on the telephone.
So have you talked about this quitclaim?
Actually, I only spoke about it once. I really don't feel that somebody that I've been married to for 3 years deserves half of what I worked for over a 30-year period.
But I just have something I'd like to say if I can, because
please.
I'm listening to him talk about this business as though it's his. He purchased his business 2 months before he married me, and I married him and left my country in the understanding that we would have a marriage and a partnership. And he was quite happy to have me helping him with the business as he traveled and hunted and played. I was there 7 days a week, working in his business unpaid. And if he wanted to keep it all to himself, I really think that, maybe we should have had a prenup, but maybe he shouldn't have used my free services for 2 solid years.
So what do you say about that?
That's really it's not true at all. It's really a pretty minimal job. It doesn't take very much time, and we don't have walk-in customers all the time. It's mostly a real sporadic type of thing.
You have income, correct?
Yes.
And what happens to that income?
All of my income initially in the marriage was deposited into a joint checking account that he and I had.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.